zinhle Ithala kanye neGo Digital SA Foundation. Thamelani izifundo ze-mathematics, i-accounting, isiZulu ulimi lwasekhaya, isiNgisi, i-FAL, i-physical science, i-geography, ezobuchwepheshe, i-computer applications technology kanye namaklasi e-learner wellness okungukuzilolonga ngokomqondo kanye nomzimba. Lezi zifundo zethulwa nsuku zonke kusukela ngoMsombuluko kuya ngoLwesihlanu kuqala ngehora lesi-4 kuya kwelesihlanu u-4 kuya ku-5 ntambama nangomgqibelo kusukela ligamanxe ihora lesi-8 8:30 kuze kugamanxe ihora lokuqala emini 1:30. Zithameleni futhi lezi zifundo emsakazweni Ukhozi FM njalo ngoLwesine kusukela ngo-9 kuya ku-10 ebusuku. Ningangena ekhasini lethu lika-Facebook elithi Go Digital SA_movement noma kwi-YouTube uthi Go Digital SA Foundation. Siyethemba nizolijabulela lolu hlelo oluhlose ukunifundisa futhi lulekelele kulokho enikufunda ezikoleni zenu. Luthokozeleni ke lolu hlelo nimeme nabo bonke abanye abafundi bebanga le-12 grade 12 ukuze nabo bazuze kulo futhi nonke nicijeleke ukuphumelela kwizivivinyo zenu zokuphela konyaka.
Okay, sanibulisa bafundi bebanga le-10 sesiphinde sabuya futhi siphethe isifundo se-accounting namhlanje. Sizokwenza i-question ye-cash flow. Ngicela ke usondele mfundi ubize nabangani bakho abenze ibanga le-10 nizobona nakho sinicitshela ama-exam noma ivivinyo zokuphela konyaka. Siqedela i-cash flow here nathi i-question yakho uyayibona. Cash flow statement for the year ended 31st of December 2017, right? Ngithi ama cash flow ke ahlukene noma ka-3 khona le cash flow le ene note number 1 up until to note number 5 noma note number 4 depending ukuthi uthisha wakho ufundisa kanjani, like a complete cash flow unganikezanga ama figures. Bese bakhona i-cash flow le eno ABC ofuneke you must fill in la ubhale khona ABC, right? That is incomplete. Bese bakhona i-cash flow mhlawumbe uthe ukuthi nje bafuna only a portion of it, mhlawumbe let's say cash flow from financing activity ngoba vele ine buyback and bayazi ukuthi abafundi ke iyabahlupha kakhulu leyo cash flow le. Okay, le esiphethe unote number 1 usenziwe. Remember unote number 1 besike samenzisa eqaleni, so which means usenziwe la. Siwanikeza amanye ama figures kodwa sizoyenza as if ama figures awanikezwanga, so approve nama figures la siwanikeziwe khona uzokwazi ukuthi uunderstand kahle. Okay, sishilo sathi i-cash flow inama pillars amathathu. If ufunda kusuka ezantsi uya phezulu we call it FIO, right? Uqala phezulu is cash flow from operating activity, cash flow from investing activity, as well as cash flow from financing activity. Bese usu attach la ezantsi in change in cash and cash equivalent and a net change at the beginning of the year, net change at the end of the year. Therefore usuqedile ke cash flow yakho. La sinikezwe i-question paper. Ufuneka siyenze i-question paper ke le ekuyi high order. Ufuneka uzosho ukuthi understand mfundi. Very simple. So okay, ithi calculate ke manje. So this is the cash flow statement. Cash flow statement iyobe kubhaliwe lokho ku exam. Cash flow statement for the year ended, right? Don't worry about this one. That will be 20 December 2017, right? Besuba ne cash flow from operating activity. Cash flow from operating activity. Cash flow from operating activities njengobona kwi question paper, right? Cash flow from operating activities. So sinikeziwe this time around for note number 1, so which means this one unote 1 remember sike senza unote 1 so unote 1 simnikeziwe nathi figure yakhona ingo 1613250 right okay ithi ngibhala kahle lapha phezulu noma la ngezansi 1613250 okay this is unote number 1 right unote number 1 lo and then sibe ne interest paid sibe ne taxation paid or dividends paid remember I said ayikho iorder laphana ungaqala ngama dividends uma uthanda dividends paid nane taxation paid taxation paid onke lama figures lawa omathathu mfundi onke lama figures lawa omathathu akuma brackets before nje even you go and calculate you must know ukuthi lama figures lawa akuma brackets right before umdlali noma umuntu okwazi ukudlala ibhola lifike kuye useyazi ufuneka enzeni ngebhola right that is we call it iskill ke lokho right so lama figures lawa wonke akuma brackets so siyabheka la sinikezwe laphana sinikezwe i-interest paid ingu 148 right 500 right uma singachecka maybe ukuthi bayithathe yona le figure le right so checka ngalaba nansi lapha on the income statement lapha yabona phezulu ku number 1 information 1 there ikhona lapha so yiyo le so and then size kuphi kuma dividends paid dividends paid remember stay ikhona indlela shortcut ikhona nendlela futhi enjani le normal siya checka ukuthi information yethu basinike kanjani mfundi asihambe so checka ini ama dividends wethu sichecke na information right dividends wethu okay lapha na basinikezile ama dividends sinikezwe unote number 3 like information number 3 so which means note number 7 lokufuna means right and then base basitshela lapha na ku number 4 bathi interim dividends of 30 cent per share right final dividends is 20 cent per share right so sinayo ke figure yaphakathi lapha na sesifuna sichecke okay base basinikeza interim plus beginning angisho akhumbula ukuthi sithe ama formula khona iformula ende lapha nansi formula okay dividends paid equation is pushele ukuthi let's use the shortcut method right so first it beginning amount beginning of what of shareholders for dividends plus the interim is equal to the answer the dividends paid sipushela lapho kodwa manje asikwazi ngoba basinikezanga ama figures onke basinikeze only one figure nansi leya figure leyana ku note number 6 laphana interim asinikezwanga sinikeze sorry here the beginning is 485 lapha number 6 485 100 the interim akushiwo ngo2 nje lapha number 4 interim dividend is 30 cent per share okay so which means ufuna senze ini unote number 7 so which means separately we'll do note number 7 right so we're going to do unote number 7 what is note number 7 ordinary share capital right ordinary share capital right ordinary share capital so uzoba khona authorized share ngisho kubezo sisayitolo but authorized please authorized share okay siya checka ke la with how many shares that were authorized okay aswanikezwanga how many shares were authorized vele asiyenzi note thina sifuna information that can give us the interim dividends right authorized share if we have to do the note there would be that one into lapha esinikezwe on the question paper number 3 so it's no issued wethu we are told there that 2.2 million ordinary share were issued at the beginning so which means 2 right this is our beginning issued issued shares or issued shares at the beginning of the year, issued shares at the beginning of the year, or ordinary share issued at the beginning of the year, this is beginning of the year. So check in capital, check capital yethu nathi capital yethu at the beginning of the year is 5,250 on the question paper, right? During the year, how many shares were issued? 300,000. Remember, each during the year, ile figure le elapha ku financing proceeds of issue of shares on the cash flow, right? You wanna figure le FSC at lapha. Okay, ordinary share issued during the year. Ubani, okay, asiyazi i-price yakhona. Okay, we keep it like this. And then there's a buyback of shares. Buyback of shares, it's what? 240,000. Right, 240,000 in brackets. If buyback, we always put the figure in brackets. Either note number 7, note number 8, normal we cash flow. Okay, and this is the buyback of shares in fund. Buyback of shares, normal repurchase of shares. This, okay. Snikezwe yapha information ithiwa the average issue price. So which means njoba wazi ukuthi note number 7 we are using the average. Okay, note number 7 plus note number 8 is equal to cash flow. Remember thina senza cash flow kodwa manje sikwazi vele sijump sithwele figure le. Right, sinikezwe kanje information. Note number 7 yini? Ordinary share capital. So which means here we have ordinary share capital. Note number 8, retained income. Retained income, and therefore cash flow okay is equal to cash flow. So uzobona ngane ukuthi le split leso sinikeziwe either sak note number 7 noma sak note number 8 noma sak cash flow. Uma kuthiwe average is not number 7. Let me use another marker here. Mabethe nje average not number 7 loyo, but above or more than the average, above average. And then if like on the cash flow they will say issued or any payment, any purchased or payment. It can be purchased, right? We purchased, or any payment through EFT, whatever payment. Therefore, which means you are sitting at cash flow. So zonezwa one of this, or maybe zonezwa 2 of these splits. So equation paper issue kahle lapha ithi 240 shares were repurchased on 30th of November at 320. So which means ama shares ababiza u3.20. And then they go on and say the average issued price, the average ubani note number 7, ubani u2.40. Right, the average is R2.40. So which means i-retained ke manje uzothini ke manje uzothi u320. Remember asenze i-retained kodwa manje question isi include yonke le nto leya. So thi 320 mfundi minus u240. So which means i-retained ubani u80 cent. So whatever that is left is 80 cent, right? Okay, but thina okwethu is for cash flow. So which means ama shares. So mas lokhuza lapha na ku soba nobani, soba no 320, right? Let's go ke una number 7 so athi sizokwazi ukuthi sithole i-interim. Uyabona akubhalwanga ukuthi these shares during the buyback were already qualifying for the final dividends. Akusho ngolutho. So which means we'll be using the normal way, right? Normal. Once ukusho kanjalo ngiyokutshela ukuthi yonke into iya reverse lapho, yonke into it just go back. Okay. So now let's get our ordinary share at the end. Ordinary share issued at the end of year, right? Ordinary share issued at the beginning of the year. So sifuna u-end wethu la sesiyazi i-split of next times ngaso for note number 7 sinobani sino 2.40, so which means here remember we are using the average for note number 7, so it's times ngokuthi ubani 2.40. So now go to 240 for i-buyback times ama-cents funeka treat as if it's a percentage, so 2.40, right? 2.40, so which means we sithola abantu 5760 in brackets, right? And then sithole ke manje asifune manje, remember u3 lo, right? This is 3, right? Asifune manje ke i number of shares at the end of the year, so 220,000 1 2 3, right, plus 300,000 1 2 3, plus 240,000 1 2 3. So which means at the end of the year sinobani sino 760,000. That is at the end of the year, right? Sino 760. Into eseshorta ngayo manje ubani ke manje la u-end, simnikeziwe u-end, you go to your capital at the end, which means this year this is 5,4,240, right? So sesiya reverse ke manje sifuna le yafika le yama ordinary share during the year, the issued during the year. So if you go back, you do the opposite what we are doing as you going down. So you have to say 5,240 1 2 3, right? 5,4,2, right? 000 there, right? 000 here, plus 57,600, right? Minus 5 to the beginning, 1 2 3. So which means the figure yethu lapha sithola abantu 413,1600. So now sifuna ukuthola i-interim yethu sizoyibalala, so this one divide by this. That's why you're going to calculate the interim. So we add the first two because akushiwo ukuthi these shares during the buyback they qualify for the final dividends. If bekushiwo everything just reverse, so which means interim yethu was going to be only the first one and then the first one here. If asinikezwanga we have to come at the end, right? So now let's add the first two, totally an interim dividends. So 5,250,000 plus 413,600. So sithola ifika engu 938,16,000, right? 938,1600, right? That is our numerator. We divide by what? We divide by, so we add now these two, sithola of 520,000, right? So let's do it. 938,1600 divide by 520,123, right? So which means that is our interim amount. Okay, so sitholile lapha le figure leyana. Okay, so that is basically the interim. So interim ke manje sinikeziwe lapha kwi question paper, basinikezele bathe the interim is 33 cents. So which means soyibalala 33 cents, you times by 33 over 100. So loku, so which means 520,000 times by 33. Remember, I must say in what treat as if it's a percentage, divide by 100. So which means that is our interim. Our interim is 171,600. Says here we formula to lapana, the shortcut formula, right? So says we figure one, the interim 171,600. So the answer is ofana. So we are saying 48 the beginning, 5,100 plus 171,600. So now if you get dividends paid 5,6,700. Information is khiphela kanje. So le figure lese soyibhala kuphi ke sesiyobhala lapha ya. That is i dividends paid mfundi. so ayibhala ke lapha i-dividends paid yethu engu 656,700, right? So ungadisclose ke la njengoba kade ngishilo ukuthi you must advise the information to get part marks. Remember, in accounting recently, part marks has become the major marks. So amakla amancane iwona ukuthi at the end of the day ayakubooster. So make sure ukuthi you are disclose as possible ngayo ke indlela, right? Siyeke manje kuphi kwi taxation. I taxation siya checka la abasinikezanga ingu B, kuthiwa let's get u B. Abasinikezanga I taxation. So sizoyi calculator futhi nayo. Remember I formula yakhona we said amount due at the beginning plus income statement. So taxation paid. Okay, let me just put the paper like this on the landscape. Taxation paid, right? Amount due at the beginning, right? Okay, it's a good file at the meantime. Amount due at the beginning of the year, right? Income tax, right? Or income statement. Let me say income statement, because we take this figure from income statement. Remember, as if we formulas for our figures, and then amount due at the end. Amount due at the end of year. At the end of year. So sesiya check ke manje ukuthi akekho uDR. Remember uDR uyona o contradictor le formula le engithe i-original eqaleni. Uyaphikisana nayo, right? Right, we are saying beginning plus during less at the end ukuze sithole le answer le ela igcineni. Asicheckeni ke la information ukuthi uhamba kanjani lapha kwi balance sheet. I balance sheet yethu siya checka ke ukuthi lapha kuma assets asinayeni ubani uSARS olapha phezulu. Okay, akekho lana. Okay, sicheke so usazi lapha wonke ulapha kuma trade and other payables njengobona nje lapha. So which means ke yonke into inormally ke la. But if usazi obe lapha phezulu na kuma trade and other receivables ungu DR, so which means uphikisana nale formula le esibhalela phansi. So ku simple la I beginning sazi wethu esivule ngaye ku 33,000, our end ku 30,000, right? And therefore during the year it takes it during the year. Now it takes it during the year from the income statement ingu 30,14550. So sithole I taxation yethu ke manje. Sesiyabala ke manje 33,000 plus 30,14550 minus 30,000. You get 30,17550. That is the amount. This is webhala ke lamfundi. When I figure this is webhala lapha ku taxation paid le. That's figures webhala ku taxation paid to 30,17550. So sesiqedile ngobani ke manje ngo cash flow from operating activity. What done now with the cash flow from operating activity? Sesiya add ke manje. Sithola u-O wethu from the operating activity. Sithola u-O wethu. O wethu bathe ubani lapha na u-O la. Or okay. It's okay. Sesinikeziwe vele I-answer ka O engu our O here it's 165,250. Okay. 165,250 yona figure esiyinikeziwe le because befuna u-A and B lapha kuphela. Right, siyakusi D no G. Right, we're done now with cash flow from operating activity. Remember we said nama pillars amathathu, so operating activity we're done. Sesiyakuphike manje cash flow from financing activity. Cash flow from financing activity. Cash flow from financing activity. Sibone ukuthi question isiphatheleni yini basinikeze yona yini abangazange basinikeze yona. Okay. Okay. We see. Okay, the purchase of the fixed asset ne proceeds on sale of an asset disposal. Okay, ikhona kuphela ne change in financial asset. Okay, very easy. Bakufuna konke laphana. Into esinikeziwe njena it's a total ka cash flow from financing activity. Jobona ku question paper sinikezwe u6 i-answer, the final answer 631,750 in brackets. Yabo njengoba ngishilo eqaleni. So ufuna ini thina? Fixed asset purchase. Fixed asset purchased. Purchased. Right, fixed asset purchased. So we are using our answer, the greater fixed asset. Okay, let me go to the formula once more. Ngukhumbuze. Okay, sesiya checka ke manje ukuthi yipi fixed asset e-greater. I-greater value it's always the current year ngoba vele sithengile value. So uya ku balance sheet, so uya checka laphana ku number 2, right? Number 2 laphana ku balance sheet. Nansi i-fixed /fixed or tangible assets. Right? So the greater fixed asset it's how much this year, right? Fixed asset. So sine fixed asset engubani. Okay. On the balance sheet. Okay, let's go on the balance sheet. Nansi i greater. Okay. Last year was 622. This year 5. Okay. So sesi ya checker. Sino 6. I greater here to 6,322,500. Right? Plus, right? Plus, okay, plus i-disposal, siya-checka ngala khona bakushilo plus depreciation. That's it, depreciation. That's it, depreciation here on the income statement. Depreciation laphana funeka siwahlanganiseke lapha ama depreciation. Khona equipment, khona motor vehicle. Okay, but siwahlanganiseke lama depreciation lawa 99,000 plus 115. Okay, kunefika nathi depreciation. So somewhere here so add depreciation engu214,500, right? And then check asset disposal. Kubhaliwe ngala i-asset edayisiwe. Number 5 lapha bullet point number 3, right? A vehicle was sold at a carrying value during the financial year. This has been correctly recorded, right? Nansi figure edayisiwe laphana, right? Idayisiwe figure 350. So which means depreciation is 350 mfundi. Idayisiwe figure 350. Sileseke the lesser fixed asset. Ilesser nansi lesser engu5 lapha ku number 2 of the question paper ezansi kwi balance sheet 5,953,000. And then usothola i-answer yakho ke la mfundi in brackets. Thola i-answer yakho lapha in brackets. Khona into engiyokho engishilo lapha phezulu kwi dividends paid ukubonisa enye indlela futhi, but it will give the same answer if ubungabala la ku note number 7 lokade bengibonisa yena. Ngisho la bathe 33 cent ubungaphinde futhi ubale la kwi end uthole i-final. Nje ubona laphana bebethe laphana i-final is 20 cents, so which means uthanda la ngo20 divided by 100. So ba manje uma ngathi i-beginning plus interim and final less at the end, therefore ukuhlanganisa by using indlela ejwayelekile uzoyithola i-answer yakho izofana nalena esiyitholile. So uyazi ke lapho ukuthi usuthole uC wakho lapho mfundi, right? usi uyamthola for i-cash flow yakho. And then khona into abayibuzile futhi ke while sekhona la ku-cash flow from financing, cash flow from investing, not financing. Why I'm saying it's an investor here, right? Cash flow from investing activity. Proceeds of issue of shares would be proceeds or just asset disposal. Shilo ngathi ubhale asset disposal would lo yani. Asset disposal, right? Proceeds or okay on sale of assets or put nje asset disposal ngolimo ojwayelekile. Asset disposal ungaze uze okay. Asset disposal ifika i-asset disposal 320 simnikeziwe u320 now simneze laphana is it 320 yes so 320 ifika i-asset disposal 320 or no 350 not 320. This is 350. Yeah, 350,000 mfundi. Add back it. Then say checker in futhi abayifunile a change in the financial asset. Checkele ukuthi remember financial asset it can be fixed deposit or investment. Siya checker ke lapha financial assets okay abasinikezanga but babhala question mark thina la bebefune u-A B C D F G okay question mark laphana. And then sesiya ku cash flow from financing activity, right? Add the new paper like answer so that into it be a chain because vele we are doing one and the same thing, right? Cash flow from financing activity, right? So change ungabhala ukuthi change uma ungafuna ukuthi increase or decrease. Change in financial asset if you corner if let's say maybe a fixed deposit increase it, so which means the figure will be in brackets, right? If a fixed deposit increase it, so which means we take more money sambe so fixed deposit, so it's an outflow of cash, right? If it decreases, you can also even say change, but we have to show either brackets or no brackets. So into ebalekile kahle kahle is to write brackets or no brackets. And then so since manje cash flow from financing activities. Cash flow from financing activities. Stage finance kangaka. Proceeds of issue of shares. Right? You go now to the proceeds of issue. So the figure will be positive because you are issuing the shares in front. Right? Proceeds. So if you issue the shares, you get the money in return. Proceeds of issue of shares. Where to get this figure? The figure we chola la paya. The as part of the workings. Not number 7, now not number 7 wait. Right? In number of shares that we issued during the year here, that is our proceeds. So which means lefigally proceeds here. Even if let's say maybe we buy wrong la, not number 7. You get the marks, you get the benefit of the doubt. Which means the principle we are right? Yes, punish kabili, so face punish lapa, but so lefigally Ithala. So thina besithole abantu laphana sithole number of shares that were issued during the year sithole u4,413,1,600, right? Positive le figure and it will be always positive mfundi. Positive le afika leyana. And then bese sekuba okay is process of issue of shares. Ama shares the buyback of shares sinikeziwe basinikezile i-buyback of shares but sizoyenza i-assumption ukuthi mhlawumbe party besingayinikezwe ubuzoyithola into yafika leya. Okay, buyback of shares. Buyback of shares you must use the language question paper bona bathe shares repurchased. Now ufuna ukuthi shares repurchased So basinikezile ifigure engubani engu-768,000. Akwesibona ukuthi le figure will be always in brackets. Akwesibona, so which means la remember inumber ama-shares abe imalini abe u240 angithi abe u240 mfundi 240 times ubani times split. Remember I did talk about the split ukuthi ngikhulumile ngalokho yabona lokho ngithe above the above or the average u240 that is, that represent to ordinary share capital. Retained income is 80 cents. If kubhalwe issued or purchase or any form of payment, therefore we must know ukuthi uku-C. I can say maybe here A plus B equal to C. So which means uzonikezwa isplit esiku-A noma esiku-B noma esiku-C. Uma kuthiwa uku-C kuzothiwa issued or repurchase or any form of payment, therefore we know ukuthi uku-C. Uma ngabe uku-B, that is the retained, that is above the average, that is what u80 cent in this case, right? Uma kuthiwa uku-A, that is an ordinary share capital, that is what an average. We must always use the average as a split for note number 7, right? So sinikeziwe lapha kuthiweni kuthiwa ama-shares abedayisa ngamalini ngo-320. Akwesibone ukuthi uma sithambula ngo-320 la figure leyana abasinikezona iyaphuma yini, right? Sithi-ke manje 240,000 times by u320, right? 240,000 times by 320. Most definitely nansi leya figure leyana uyayithola mfundi ye-buyback of shares nje ubona nje. That's how we have to get it uma ungayinikezwanga, because phela uyazi nawe ukuthi uChristmas udlala kanye ngonyaka, kufanele wazi ukuthi nawe uma ngabe kubheda wazi ukuthi uzophuma kanjani. Okay, simple ke kodwa, right? And then sesichecka ke the last item la ku-financing activity, i-repayment of a non-current liability, right? It can be, remember I talk ngengakhuluma nge-borrowing noma nge-decrease ye-loan. So I check la ukuthi i-loan noma non-current liability iya increase noma iya decrease. Basitshelile ke la bathe it's a repayment, so which means it's a decrease, right? Repayment of non-current liability, right? I-repayment, right? That is ubani u-H, bafuna u-H, sorry, not u-H, that is E. No, that u-F lo no. Okay, that is u-F, yes. U-E sesimtholile. Acheckeni ke ukuthi what happened to non-current liability, right? I-non-current liability yethu i-decreasile, nabo futhi bayasho bathi repayment. So for the fact ukuthi i-decreasile, so it simply means ukuthi ikhokhiwe. So which means ifigure isizoyithola la mfundi. Before even you go and calculate, you must know ukuthi it's in brackets, right? So ifigure ye non-current liability ibe imalini ibingu-109,39,500. Now isubani isingu-629,000. So it decreasile indeed. So check a difference yakhona ubhale figure. So we are saying 109,500 less 692,123. So which means it decreases ngobani? That's a figure sifune sibhala ngo-347,500, right? So i-loan yethu i-decrease ngaleya amount ile mfundi, yabona. So that is a repayment noma a decrease. Ungabhala uthi a repayment or a decrease in loan or non-current liability. Kodwa laba senzeke non-current liability njengoba ngisho nje ukuthi kufanele usebenzise i-language that is a-question paper, right? And then bese sesi-attacha ini ke manje i-net change in cash and cash equivalent. Remember i-cash and cash equivalent sishile eqaleni sathi it is yenziwa yini, yenziwa ibank, iphethe cash ne cash float, right? silapha manje ku number 7 mfundi. Yeah, number 7 lapha na. Yes, number 7 lapha net change. Yes, lapha ezantsi lapha. Right, yeah, lapha ezantsi before note number 8. Yes, that's where sifuna manje ukuthola bani, sifuna ukuthola manje u-H. Right, ipale rap lapha. Okay, cash and cash equivalent. Right, kusimple la sinikeziwe la kuthiweni la kuthiwa cash. Okay, basinikezile, I mean abasinikezanga i-net change yona le ufuna siyithole engu-H, kodwa basinikezile u-beginning nano-end. So kusimple, right? Cash and cash equivalent at the beginning, of the year. Sinikezwe bani 198,000 in brackets, right? Saphinde sanezwa bani cash and cash equivalent at the end of the year. Sanezwa ifigure e-positive engubani engu 418,000. So sifuna le lapha phezulu. Senza ini ke manje, senza imath ke manje. A plus B equal to C, A minus B equal to C, right? So very easy. Uzothini ke manje mfundi, uzofika ukuthi 8,000 plus, because you are going up, right? You do the opposite. Plus 198,000. Uthole u616,000. That is our H. If you clear figure layer going down to check whether le figure layer lapha ezansi izophuma 616,000 minus 198,000. Most definitely uyayithola leya figure elapha ezansi. So which means ke i-cash flow yakho i-right and i-correct. Then manje into osuyenza ke manje usuya kuphi ilama total lawo. Sinikezwe nathi total ka O neka I eka F. Okay, asithole eka F i-total, that is u-E la phezulu. If we get the total here, right? Total lapha na phezulu, no, not la. Sorry, lokhu hamba kodwa ihamba kanje. Isuka la ku repayment of loan, it goes here. Yes, comes here, and then sithole ini i-financing, right? So i-financing yethu sesiya-add manje. If we take this figure minus this plus this one, most definitely funa sithole ini i-net change in cash and cash equivalent. This is how basically i-cash flow is all about, right? I-cash flow nje injena uyakwazi ukuthi uyithole, uphinde futhi uyiprove, uyakwazi nokubona futhi usekhona ephepheni ukuthi uyithole kanjani. Okay, kodwa mhlambe like njoba ngiselapha ku cash and cash equivalent at the beginning as well as at the end. Let's say maybe some of the figures aswanikezwanga lapha na bezokuphuma kanjani. Into ebalekile ke mfundi, yabo lapha ezansi angisho yabona la. Okay, let's go to number 2 ku balance sheet. Okay, let's go to number 2. Yabo amafigures lapha we are given cash and cash equivalent at the beginning, no cash and cash equivalent at the end. Into ade singenawo la yini in change. We have to be very careful if kuthiwa bala one of the cash and cash equivalent, either u beginning noma u end. Kufanele ube careful ke mfundi. Kufanele uchecke ini ke manje an overdraft. Uma uchecka for instance lapha ku number 2 on the question paper, uyabona ukuthi u cash and cash wethu wa last year there was nothing, besingenawo cash, kodwa ikhona i-overdraft engubani engu915, sorry no, engu198,000. So that's why le figure le ingma brackets. Kodwa if bekhona ucash lapha phezulu, mhlambe let's say ucash wethu ungu100,000, ibhenki overdraft yethu njoba uyibona la ingubani ingu198,000. So which means bezoba nobani, bezoba no 98,000 okuma brackets, because i-overdraft is exceeding ucash and cash wethu, right? If maybe let's say phezulu lapha ku cash and cash equivalent besino bese no 198,000 i-overdraft yethu ingu-100,000, so which means bezoba na figure enjani e-positive engubani engu-98,000, right? And then sesiya-check-a ke manje kwi-current year, right? Check-e lapha kwi-current year, i-cash and cash yethu it's 148,000, i-overdraft asinayo. If ikhona i-overdraft siyayilesa, but if i-overdraft mfundi is exceeding cash, that figure it's in brackets, right? We write it in brackets. So uyabona nje ngalapha ukuthi asinayo, so which means ingu-0. That's why the figure then was positive, right? There's another tip ofuneke uyazi leyo mfundi. Bese ke sibuya la back, sibuye size kwi-interest. I-interest lapha phezulu, cash flow from operating activity, njengoba ngishile, we have to be careful ucheck the interest at the beginning. If you corner it coming from the information, the interests that is coming from the income statement, like in this case we're having only this one, right? And therefore less at the end, right? And then besuba tax, right? Taxation, you want to be before, you must check taxation yako ukuthi u-DR akekho. In this case everything was a liability, so beginning plus during less at the end. Kodwa if khona u-DR, it contradict that. Ngifuna ke senze i-calculation ye-dividends ngoba la into eyenzakalayo we are inesinisi la. Okay go-2 asikulokhu zami, kodwa we can calculate by using i-long method nane short method. Okay, we can calculate by using a long method and a short method, right? Let's look at the lapha dividends. Dividends paid. Okay, dividends paid, right? We are saying amount. Okay, tingususe konke kokunye. So tuzobona kahle ekhaya. Dividends paid, amount owing at the beginning of the year. Interim, remember interim, what is an interim ngolimi lwesiZulu? Into yesikhashana nje. Mhlawumbe let's say kuvele uthothi i-team ethize mhlawumbe ayinayo ucoach bese mhlawumbe becela noma kuthiwa akubamba umunye just for the interim, yabo. So normally i-interim dividends kwenzeka kanjani ukuthi bekhona i-interim dividends in business? So ukuthi nakho nanti i-business liya operator from, okay, let's say maybe, okay, business liya operator kanjena, right? Operator for 12 months. Let's say 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let's say we have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Let's say our year end, it's here, 28th of February, 2021. So it's obviously the date of commencement, which means it's the first day of the following month the previous year. So which means the 1st of March, 2020. Like for instance, SABC, every time calendar year yabo iphela on the last day of March, kuhlale bekhona ama changes if it's the first day of April every year. So abona ba follow like from January to December. Abonje if you can go to to Zimbabwe na Swaziland, abafundi bakhona futhi nabo futhi abafundi njengathi from January to December, right? So which means siqalela thina sahamba waphela ubani, this is December, right? Waphela December now in the following month, right? So kodwa inokwenzeka ke like coming back to the dividends, inokwenzeka ke mfundi utsho ukuthi mhlambe after 6 months siqaliye noma of operation of the business, then 6 months uzophela nini, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So which means on the last day of August, 6 months, no, it's the first 6 months. Yabo nje namhlanje umhlaba namhlanje mhla 28, right? 28 namhlanje, right? So which means 6 months from now would be the 28th of December, exactly 6 months, right? 28th of December. So which means after 6 months of operation, then we have to give like the directors, right? But decide okay, let's give a smile to the shareholders. Basebenze kanzima noma bafake imali yabo, at least they must get ama dividends. So which means mhlambe kuse umemulo loyana, so nje just ama start. And then bese kuza ke another 6 months futhi. Bese sekuba yini ke lokho? Sekuba i-final dividend. So there's an interim dividend that is being like normally being paid after 6 months of operation. Phinde kube khona ini i-final dividends ekhokhwa the second 6 months. Bafundi siyabonga khulu ke bafundi ngosilalela nibatshele nabanye ukuthi ke sesibuyile sesikhona sesikada.
Siyathemba nifunde kahle nasithokozela isifundo sethu sanamhlanje enisethulelwe ngezilokotho ezinhle Ithala libambisene ne-Go Digital SA Foundation. Thamelani ke futhi esilandelayo ngesikhathi sifanayo, ningakhohlwa ukumema nabanye abafundi bebanga le-12 ukuze nabo basizakale kulolu hlelo. Uma ninemibuzo noma nifisa ukuxhumana nathi, ningasithinta ngokufaka imibuzo yenu kwinombolo yethu ye-WhatsApp ethi 068 151 1072. Mfundi, ungakhohlwa ukubhala isifundo obuza ngaso ngaphambi kokubhala umbuzo wakho. Angiyiphinde inamba yethu 068 151 1072. Siyabonga.